Hello and welcome back to the next episode. Now, in this one, I'm going to make a bigger time jump again. The reason for this is that we now have consolidated Europe, the African Union. We are still shifting around some stuff for the Caliphate here, but we also can expand India further. But basically, nation building is done for now. At least the core stuff is really done now. So we are building up more science now, we are building up mission control over time, we are building economy up, and then eventually we can get our research that we need to get magnetic nozzles for fusion drives, and then Titans after this one. But this will just take time, and therefore I do expect that I will jump forward about a year or something, unless there is something catastrophic happening anywhere, but I don't see anything on the horizon currently. The aliens are building ships like crazy, which is of course a problem, but so far the biggest fleet that we have seen is like 12 to 15 ships coming towards somewhere, like this one here. There's a mothership coming, but it's not really going to be an issue here for us. So the big battleship fleet that we have will intercept this, and that should fix all the issues. Or like this should easily be defendable. I maybe lose one or two battleships for this, but that's it, I guess. And therefore, unless there is a bigger fleet forming up, I do think we can skip forward a bit and rather enjoy the fruits of our labor here on Earth, that we continue developing these super nations here. Like, we have to fix the cohesion values here on Europe and Africa now, but that's basically it for now. So yeah, let's keep going and see how things develop over time. So here we are 1 year later, and as promised, we can reap the fruits of our labor here. We have unlocked inertial confinement fusion. I'm already on the reactor 1 here on the 10th of January. So we are definitely ahead of our time schedule. We have 17k science. The Titanic spacecraft is on the horizon. The Deuterium Helium-3 fusion is on the horizon, which is going to give us the inertial confinement fusion reactor 3. We also unlock the advanced hydrogen containment now soon, which will give us the slush hydrogen tankage, which will help us getting more out of these fusion drives here. And we are basically ready for these ships. So, however, before we go into ship design, which is going to be the next step in this episode, we have a big fight to do. There's a big fleet coming towards Earth here, 20 ships in total. My main fleet is intercepting it. There's another smaller fight here in 40 days, and there will be another big fight here in about 200 days here. As we can see here, there is an invasion carrier fleet coming with 3 assault carriers, and they get merged up, 19 ships plus 14 ships, so that's going to be a big fleet to fight, because that's in total 33, and we currently only have, let's see, only 53. Okay, we got more than I expected. So we are going to first off fight the initial fleet now, and then here we go, this one, which is going to be quite a battle. 19 ships, 4.8k, quite a lot of torpedoes, mechs and everything, but we are also bringing the full force of our Earth defense fleet against it. And I want to put a small highlight here on Africa. We do now have 2.164 million people in it, to 2 billion. We do have 1.7k science with an advice mission going on and 43 investment points, so this nation is going ham currently. However, we don't really have any cohesion. The rest value is still at 0, so we are only keeping it alive here in regards to cohesion because of the war declarations that we are constantly doing. So you can see here I absorbed some bits of Southeast Asia, and next on the agenda is finally Indonesia. Pakistan has gone into the Caliphate, and Afghanistan has gone into India here. So a lot of cleanup is going on, and just to keep the cohesion of Europe and the African Union high, so that we can get the most science out of this. And now let's have a fight here. Should arrive in a second. There we go. And there we intercepted immediately. Like a few minutes afterwards. There we go. By the way, are our settings correct? We have... yeah, 90 ships. So it's going to get laggy, I guess. So many ships. So engage. They definitely want to fight us here. That's going to be the highlight of this episode. I think this one, with the other fight coming up, will be the biggest ones we see for a while. Because when we go into our Titan fleet, that's another story as well. Due to the fact how massive Titans are and how much firepower they will bring to the battlefield. Okay, so we do go high wall here. I'm not going to sort any of the battleships around, but as we can see here, it's mostly at the arc laser supported battleships, and then the autocannon supported battleships. And yeah, this is going to be a strain on my CPU. Okay, so they do have a kind of delayed formation, which is interesting because that's not particularly in their favor against my massive fleet of stuff. We go into balanced posture here, and let's get into engagement range first, and then we can distribute some targets. On the other hand, we could probably already distribute targets, like oh, this one is... the Titan is at the back of everything. That's interesting because that's, I wouldn't say problematic, but it's more problematic for them than for me. So we distribute stuff here. Every group of Titans, every 3 Titans get 1 target here. We don't have enough for everything, but we don't need to. So now, I think I will just do the next 3 as well here. So, maybe let's focus on some bigger targets like this one here. And this one. I mean, it depends again a bit if they are flankers or not. So let's go for this for the moment. If they are flankers, we have to turn some ships around. We definitely should do something like this, yes. So they... Ooh, that's a lot of torpedoes. Yeah, so we are trying to intercept stuff here. Let's hope we can survive the torpedo barrage, that we don't take a loss from torpedoes. That would be unfortunate. But it's looking good for now. Yes. Not sure what this salvo was about, but... Okay, so we have to adjust stuff here now. So, we should definitely fire on this guy here with the left side. And then also more stuff here. We probably should... Oh, I used the wrong targeting here, right? Ah, yeah, okay. My bad. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's do this on side here. So you go here. Who else is dangerous and flanking? This one probably. And then you should also be targeted, but we definitely want to lock on here. There we go. Oh, this one is a fast one here. Whoa, we get laggy already. It's earlier than expected. Yeah, we definitely have to turn around here. Else we are not aligned properly. Like you as well here. Like this. And probably the bottom row here should hunt this Evening Storm down. Okay, our left side, that's the weakest part probably here. Let's see if we can survive the mech shots here. Let's see. So that's good. Wow, it's getting super laggy. My poor CPU here. We're already at speed 2 here. That's way too many ray guns and autocannons for this to work out properly. I lost something there. Not good. It's so laggy. Okay, you are basically dead. We are in getting somewhere here as well. This one is dead as well. That's good. So we are going to redistribute you guys here. Target there. You target here as well. You target here. And you target here. And the others can fire on whatever they want. Oh boy. Okay, there goes the alien ship down. This is all okay though. This is all okay, as long as we survive these mech shots here, but I think we are going to lose 1 or 2 ships here as well again. Yeah, they can't intercept this apparently in time. At least it looks like it. Slowing down the leg here. Yeah, we took a hit here. We probably take more than a few hits here. Let's check the left side. This is... By the looks of it, it's okay. And who are you targeting there? So we should retarget stuff here. So you go here. You go here. Ah, wait, that's too many. We don't need to aim 6 on these guys here. You go on this one. You target this one. And then we just continue to distribute stuff here. Now this rope. Takes a bit of time though, but it's fine. It's worth it to micro these bits here. And then you guys will start shooting here. Hey, you 3 on the Titan. Where's the Titan? Oh, the Titan is flanking us. Oh. Okay. That's why there were so many mech shots on the left side. In that case, it probably makes sense to also send you on the intercept here. Or rather, on the shooting on the Titan. Okay. Let's hope that our center can hold this fire of the mech shots here, because that's a lot of... That's a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's really a lot of stuff. Okay, let's speed up a bit again. So laggy. Way too many battleships with these kind of weapons. Okay, another battleship down from the aliens. The flankers here also going down. I mean... we probably should make sure that this guy doesn't cause problems. Okay, this is okay. And the front line here is also okay. More than okay, actually. So the right side of the alien fleet is already completely toast. And now we can switch your route a bit to the left here. You as well here. And start shooting on the other targets here. Ay, ay, ay. So far, I think we only lost one ship so far. Okay, you still have a target. How about you? No, you guys have lost your targets. So how about you shoot up there? What a nightmare. Okay, we are going to lose this battleship here apparently, the Ambassador. Oh, that's okay. Losing 1, 2, 3 battleships will be totally fine. Losing more than that would be annoying, but... Okay, I think the main fleet here in the center is pretty much gone. So how are we here on the left side? This one is... I don't know where this one is floating. It's floating away, apparently. Okay, we need to take out this guy here. I'm not sure why it's not getting shot at yet. Come on. We really need to get you out of the fight here. Okay, based on other holes in our formation, we have only lost one ship so far. I know you have targets, okay. Okay, can we get the Titan please now? Where was that? Ah, the center is still taking hits here. Annoying. It's these mech shots here, they are all focused on center here, and we don't have enough coverage from the autocannons apparently. It's so laggy. It's so laggy. Okay, but more ships are going down. Good. So the center will be toast. So let's check the left. The Titan is still holding out though. Okay, and... Okay, can you please hold this? Good. And now that's the last one, the Ocean Meteor. So what we are going to do now is use all of these ships here to also shoot on the Titan. And how about you? This one is already running away, so you can also shoot on the Titan here. And how about you go for these guys here? Oh, and it just retarget the whole fleet on the Covet. That was... I always do this mistake. That you should shoot here. And actually I'm going to just remove targets and then only assign you to the Titan. The rest can shoot and whatever is in range. But they are all now aligning to the left, that's good. So U6, is there a chance to get this guy? I don't know. The other ones here will also join in on the Titan hunt, but yeah, I don't think we are going to get it. And this other one is already flying away. So let's see what we can do here. Let's speed up a bit. Did I just retarget the whole fleet again? No, I didn't, alright? No, I didn't. Good. Come on. Okay. Ah, they have lasers still. Can we please get a hit on the Titan now? Oh, why is our flagship on the left side alone? Don't get that. Oh, we finally make a hit on the Titan here. So we just need to get one lucky hit on the drive and then it's toast. How about you go for this one and you go for this one as well. Come on. Breathe your last days here, aliens. Okay, there the ambassador ship just exploded. Okay, the Titan is finally toast. But I lost another ship here on the left side. So not great. But I think we have lost 3 ships so far, maybe 4. And I think that's fine. When these 2 are done, we are going to auto-resolve the rest. There we go. And now the haste has to go. The void here. This one has only torpedoes. This one also had only torpedoes. There we go. Okay, auto-resolve the rest. There we go. So we lost 3 ships. The Calvin, Adventure. So these are autocannon battleships, and this one is a flagship class, but we do have a few in reserve here. We got a lot of promotions, and we also lost a few officers here. Not great, not terrible. And that was the main fight for this episode. As we can see, the battleship fleets are nothing healthy for your computer or your CPU, because that's burning right through it. But it's fun. I like the fleet style, especially in smaller skirmishes. So now we have to save our fleet here. I hope we can get back to the shipyard though. Oh, there's a battlecruiser coming. Interesting. 14 weeks. Okay, so we have to... I will do the rest here, sort out the damaged ones and send the main fleet home. Now, what else to say? I think we're going to skip forward until the Titans are done and we do have the drive we want to go for. So we are not going to go for the tier 3 drive here, which we get from the deuterium helium 3 fusion, which would be, let's see, the Hellion Nova Lantern, because that uses fissiles. That's not a great idea. I don't like this drive. Very expensive for fissiles. We don't have enough for this. Instead, we are going to combine the Inertial Confinement Fusion Reactor 3 with the drive that we get from 2, which is the Deuteron Nova Lantern. So these are the 2 things we are going to combine here when we get it unlocked here, which means we have to probably invest 3 to 4 months of research here until we are at that point. So let's jump forward until that moment. Okay, we are in April and we are now unlocking what we need to make our Titans. So Titans gets unlocked here right away. And alright, we have to investigate if we maybe need a different radiator. Okay, maybe we have to think about this one. Let's see where we are after we got these 2 techs here as well. So 7th of April. Ah yeah, Indonesia has fallen, right. That's also done. And we got probably some island remnant here. Yes. But it doesn't matter. And then we are transferring our troops over here, here. Because we're going to go after Malay next. So, Flush Hydrant Tankage and Deuteron Nova Lantern coming in any...
Where do you need me?
Okay, now we have to...
We'll make things
unrest
safe.
here.
What's the op?
Unrest here.
Ready for orders.
And how about you do one unrest? Oh, you can't. Ah, but we need a war declaration, right? So you go here.
Head into the capital.
So, Hydrogen Tankage done. We go into the Independent Command, but now we finished Deuteron. I don't know. And let's just pick something for now, because I'm going to think about that in a second. So now we can go into ship design here. We do have our Titan available. There we go. I also researched the coil guns by now, which means that we can also disqualify all the ray guns here. So we don't need them anymore. Instead we use coil guns now. The same for the nose weapons here. Oh, I never cleaned this one up, so we can just remove heavy rail cannons here. Where are my coil? These are the coil guns, right? Yes. Spine siege coiler, heavy siege coiler. Okay, like this, and then these are the rail guns, right? So let's see what we can use here. We do have a 4-slot frontals, so we could go into the siege coilers here, or we could go into the heavy siege coilers. The benefit here would be the higher range, so definitely yes, even though it shoots slower, but we need to take out battle stations from the enemy with these ships, so siege coilers are one of the best weapons here in my eyes. Phasers also work, but we don't have phasers available right now. Not yet, at least. Then, magnetic weapons here. We could go into a big battery here, or we could go into 2 small batteries, but the range is again an argument here. And then we need to think about a point defense. And I'm going to definitely design 2 Titans here, one with autocannons again, and one with lasers. I want to go into phaser anyway eventually, but that's still a bit away. So this is not, we don't need that anymore. So we got here the Deuteron Nova Fusion Lantern. We got also the Inertial Confinement Fusion Reactor 3. We still have the Tin Droplet Radiator. Okay, this one is relatively heavy. Yeah. So that's something we maybe want to investigate. If we maybe want to improve on this first. We definitely get the targeting computer. We definitely get the Slush Hydrogen Tankage here. And also the Muon Spiker. So these are the drive upgrades here. We also get a battery, we also get an ECM. So that's the basics. And now the big question is, okay, what else do we want? Of course, armor-wise, we go adamantine armor here. What else do we want in the utilities? We could go for something like component armor. We could also bring along marines. That would also be a possibility, so that we do raid array a hybrid ship so that we don't need a dedicated marine fleet. Instead that we just use the Titans for the job. What I also want is to have 5 ships which have a salvage bay. But I'm considering to make this also the flagship, so that the flagships bring a salvage bay. Can we have multiple ones in one? No, we can't, but we can bring multiple flagships into one fleet, so that's not a problem. Right, how much does it cost us though? Yeah, flag bridge is only 90 tons, so that's easy. We can make a ship design which has a salvage bay and a flag bridge. That way we do have multiple ones in one fleet. We only need 5 salvage modules, so that's easy. But the big question now is, okay, if we were to go with this kind of design in general, we could still improve on a heatsink because we still have the water heatsinks, which are pretty terrible. But I don't necessarily want a heatsink because we are going to extract radiators anyway in our kind of fighting style. Because we are using way too much energy anyway here, so these ones are using 14 gigajoule energy, which we need to feed into some kind of heatsink. And also the fusion reactors are producing a lot of heat anyway, so that's all in total not really a good combination. So we also want the flagship to have probably the fusion platform kit, or we make one separate design for this. Let's see, I'm not 100% sure. But if we were to put 3 assault marines on this one here, that would get us a total of 24. Let's call this Titan version 1. Let's save it for now. Of course, it's not finished yet. What's the problem? Ah, yeah, we don't have fuel tanks, that's why. Yes, I know, this is a terrible ship. But the big question is, okay, if we were to use marines, then we need to have enough marines to be able to invade one of the alien bases here. And they are bringing 400 and... So basically we need 500 marine power at least per fleet. So if we were to do that on a Titan, this one now has 24. Let me quickly calculate that. If we were to use 500, I mean the first one is simple. 500 divided by 24 is roughly 20. So that's okay. And if we were to go with 32, so we just make one more. 500 divided by 32, then it would be 16 ships. So if we were to do this, we would need 16 of these kind of ships to be able to invade an alien base. And then we need 5 ships alongside that with the salvage bay. We need 1 ship which is going to bring a fusion platform kit. Or just every capital ship has one. That's also an option, so that we don't need to... We have to repair anyway. But that's not an option. It still couldn't hurt to have multiple ones in one fleet, just in case that we lose one in a fight. Okay, let's assume this one is the Titan 40mm version 1. And let's make an example transfer. We don't want to go into the outer solar system here yet. What we just want to do... Oh, there's an alien ship in low Earth orbit. That must have been there for a while now. Let's say we just want to focus on getting to Jupiter. Let's say like we want to get to Jupiter. So this is our goal here. What? No transfer set? Ah, right, because we don't have enough KPS, yeah. So, and we definitely need also to have some armor here. We definitely want at least 3 side armor. We want to go cheap still, but we definitely want like 15 frontal armor minimum here. And now the costs explode. Lateral armor 5000, propellant mass, 1300. Radiators are still quite high. I think we have to investigate if we want to get to a different radiator here. So this would take 48 weeks currently in this design. 53 weeks. I'm not sure that I want to go over 2 engines here. This would only get us 5 milli-Gs though. This is not a lot. And if we go to 25 propellant tanks, well, 23 weeks, that's not too terrible to Jupiter. So the asteroid belt is like half of that. I would say that's half of that. We can check it out. So if we were to go to Ceres instead, so low Ceres orbit, yeah, 11 weeks. So this is totally fine. This is a really good drive already, or ship design already. So this is fine. This is probably even over the top a bit. We can still retrofit later. So 11 weeks, 85 kps. That's pretty good. So did we forget anything? We for some reason we didn't get ECM 3, which is a problem. We have to do project reviews to get the ECM. For whatever reason we didn't get it. I can investigate the radiators here. And then we need 15 of those bad boys, plus a few flagships. I mean, we don't need to make 5. We can just go with 3 or something. That would also be totally fine. So if we bring like 17 of those and then 3 flagships, that would be a good thing as well. So let's save this design for now. I'm going to investigate it between episodes again. So maybe I'm forgetting something here. If we were to make the version with the point defenses, arc laser turrets here, that's what I was looking for. And we have it like this. This would be the laser design. Pretty straightforward as well. And then as the last one, Titan upgrade on this one. We wouldn't go with the Marines here. Instead, we would build the flagship here. It would bring a salvage module. It would bring a fusion platform kit. Could also consider bringing a mobile space lab, but we don't need the research bonuses anymore. This is more like an early game thing. We could get these guys component armoring, or we also bring one Marine here. Ah, wait a second, did I pick the right one? Fusion platform kit. Yeah, not an outpost kit like in my last campaign where I brought the wrong module. So we don't have a heatsink. That this is the only weak point of our ship design here. But now this would be the flag class, a flagship class. Okay, so this is our initial draft of a ship design now. They are all roughly the same speed, roughly the same KPS, roughly the same cost. These ones now cost us, okay, roughly 500 volatiles each. Water cost is relatively low. 800 metal. So this is our weak point. If we were to build 20 of these ships, that would cost us 5,000 nobles, which is a lot. It would cost us 16,000 metals. Okay, that's not a problem. So the nobles will be our problem. So the question is, can we change this? Right, it would also cost us 10,000 volatiles to build them. So the big question is, can we change our radiator, for example, to... No, we don't have noble costs in here, so this is already fine. Any other radiator would cost us nobles. So that's not an option. So what's costing us this much? What's costing us all the nobles here? It's only 10 here. It's only a bit here. Are these the... Ah yeah, 58 here, 10 here, 10 here, 50. Okay, so it's the lateral armor here that's going to cost us a lot of nobles. I mean, we don't have the exotics yet to go into hybrid armor, but that might be a thing. The same for the spike, the exotic spike radiator, which we could consider here for a tier 2 design. So for now, this is probably the best we can do. Yeah, the main cost here for the nobles is actually the armor. So we need to consider if we can somehow get more nobles into the war machine here, because we only have enough for around 30, 40, not even 40 titans of this kind here, which is a problem, but not an unsolvable problem. If we go into the solar system here, let's see. Asperia, for example, here 33 aliens are there. Could be, for example, something we could colonize if we want to. Take the aliens out and go there. This one is probably easier here. And then we could also send out fleets to these stations here, to the Glacier base and the Akiyama base. Just get these ones under control. Would be a thing. Could be a thing. Get more nobles. The alternative is to go into the exotic hybrid armor, which would of course cost us a lot of exotics, which we don't have. And I don't think it's unlocked yet. And if we... let's check one more thing. The Dusty Plasma Radiator, for example, would also only increase the noble cost. And if we check out other radiators that we don't have yet. So there is the Exotic Spike Radiator. It's also a heavy cost in nobles. So that's not a problem, that's also a problem. Of course, the mass is extremely low compared to what we use. Yeah, the Tin Droplet is currently actually the best for us in our resource situation. And is there, or do we have the hybrid armor? Hybrid armor here. 0.017 nobles. The adamantine is 0.01. So it's actually higher, but the mass would be significantly lower. So we would save some noble here if we go into the hybrid armor, but I'm not sure how, if we can pull that off. I mean, we can research it and see. So we don't need the Dusty Plasma Radiator here, so that's a wrong choice. We can just go exotic armor here, and we can actually deprioritize this one. Exotic heat sinks would also be a thing we could consider, but it wouldn't change much. The next step would be upgrading the reactor to decrease the overall mass of the ship and get us more engine power out. But for this, we are already researching anionic fusion, which will give us the inertial confinement fusion reactor 4. But that's going to take a bit of time, because I think the anionic... Come on, where are you? Anotronic, not anionic. Anotronic fusion. Okay, we just need this tech here. And then we already need terawatt fusion reactors, for which we go into ultra capacitors. So this is all a thing we need to... This will all take time now. Which means that we are theoretically able to go into the ship construction here. If we were to build these Titans now, We do have a few spaceworks spread out. Not a lot, actually. So the main ship construction would take us 300 days here to get one of the fleets out. Yeah, that would take us 1 year to build probably a full fleet. I could consider to pump out a few more. I know we have still shipyards under construction, right? So these are not yet done. The spaceworks here are also not yet done, but they are coming in summer this year. And these ones are going to finish in April, so a few days from now. So I'm expanding currently already the shipyard capabilities here. And I think after we have built some of these ships, we should also go into more spaceworks, because we need to refit them later into the higher inertial confinement fusion reactor, which will take time.
Laying the groundwork.
I'm asking myself right now if we maybe want to use the Mars shipyard here, wherever it is, here. Maybe just upgrade this one to Spaceworks, that we do the reworking of the fleet on Mars after it comes back from a kind of mission in the belt. So that they fly to Mars for repair and refueling and retrofitting. And then we just go for Spaceworks here. I think that's an idea that I like. And then we just make a second or a third shipyard here on Mars as well, for exactly that purpose, and Earth is just pumping out ships non-stop. Mission control will not be a problem, because we can heavily expand here still. And what I'm also going to start now is transition into the command center here. So the command center will get us +10 mission control. So this will be something I'm going to do between episodes. I'm going to upgrade these operation centers here. So for example, if we were to do this here now, let's just do it for once. We don't lose the mission control, that's the good thing. So it just will be upgraded. They were going to finish in September, so if we start Titans up even with 200 days, they will be... these ones will be finished beforehand. And we do have an ops center on every hab on Mars. So I'm going to go through all my bases and start reworking some stuff here. I'm probably going to take out a few of the research modules here that I don't need anymore. Like, for example, this life science module here that we don't need. Just to get the energy that we want here. Long term, we are also going to go out of the research universities, which are, let's see, where do we have one? I don't have that many on Mars though. Ah, here we are. So for example, this one here, we're going to remove them eventually to save up the mission control, but also the money cost, because money will be another bottleneck that we are going to face here. So saving a bit here on the research campuses will be worthwhile, because upgrading this one to a command center will cost us 70 more cash, I think. Yeah, it costs 100 in upkeep. So getting rid of 2 research campuses would basically pay for this, and we would not get another big hit from this. We of course will also have to pay upkeep for the Titans itself. So a few nanofactories will also have to get mixed in here to make all of this work. But what we can also do as a last measure is that I can finally get the last influence project unlocked, for which we need to do some project reviews here. This one here to get lucky with the influence tech that we are missing. So there's something... I'm not sure how it's called. Strategic lobbying. This one is complete. Regulatory capture. Yeah. Our scientists have given up on this project. Yeah, so we need this one, and then we could dump all our points that we have excess basically into into funding. So that would be a massive thing as well. We could easily get 1,000 money or something from investing our cash here. Of course, we could also long-term go into some funding investment directly. Money shouldn't be an issue here. And we could also consider, for example, spoiling Europe a bit later on, just for the cash, because one point here would get us 171 money per control point. No, total. So that's pretty good. But yeah, a lot of options, a lot of stuff to do. And we can also still expand our Indian holdings here. We just annexed Indonesia, so we got 300 million people again. And so this is all pretty nice here. So yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode, where we are going to go into the end game and go out into the belt and Jupiter.